Hey, this is Christian.
This is Mandy Leon.
Subsqueed.
Make sure you guys subsqueed.
What are you waiting for? Subsqueed.
To this channel.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Talk Malcolm Talk, so let's talk. And oh my, there's a lot to talk about today. So yesterday was Ring of Honor's Honor Reign Supreme special on their website and Facebook Live and Fight TV. It was free. It was free. You know, you can go watch it for free. Where during that night, there's a Women's of Honor tag team match. And with Mandy Leon was a very special individual, former WWE women's wrestler, Emma, who now goes by Tennille Dashwood. Emma recently just started wrestling again because her contract with WWE did expire because she got fired. Where after that, like most wrestlers, she had a 90-day no-compete clause, which had ended in last weekend. She had actually wrestled Angelina Love at WrestlePro. And now she's a part of the Ring of Honor Women's of Honor Championship Tournament, where she's the final entrant. I think I know who's going to be winning the title now. Putting it on your biggest star in your women's division probably is a good first champion. Will she be winning the Women's of Honor Championship? I think she probably would. I mean, my pick at first was Mandy Leon. Another really big name to jump ship, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio really isn't jumping ship. He was never under contract with anyone. While I'm not really sure he's under contract, he is appearing for one of the biggest wrestling companies out here. It's not WWE. New Japan. Kind of like what Chris Jericho did a couple months ago. Rey Mysterio just popped up on the screen. Honestly, the last person I would have thought would show up. There's a better chance of like Ellsworth joining Bullet Club than Mysterio joining New Japan. Actually, now I kind of want to see that. But Rey Mysterio showed up and he announced that he's going to be at New Japan Strong Style Evolved, which is going to be New Japan's Long Beach, USA show. And he challenged the one and only icon of professional wrestling, Jushin Thunder Liger. My mind's so blown right now because a couple weeks ago I was marking out seeing Mysterio in the Royal Rumble. Now he's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I love wrestling. This is just awesome. Dave Meltzer broke on Wrestling Observer podcast that actually the Impact Wrestling stars are taking about 6 weeks to get paid. Imagine not having any money between whenever you're paid. You know, you kind of spend a little bit. You didn't want to be frugal with your money. Now you kind of spend on stupid stuff. And then you gotta wait about like 6 weeks to get all the money that you are rightfully earned and deserved. And that's kind of what your contract is for. So whenever Impact Wrestling star wants to take an independent date, so let's say like Brian Cage shows up at Wrestle Circus or something, because he's now part of Impact Wrestling, he has to go through Impact to make sure it's approved. And also all the money that he makes from the independent booking goes to Impact and they, you know, of course give it to him eventually. Now all the money that he's making for Impact Wrestling plus his independent booking date, it's taking like 6 weeks. Who's spending the man's money? There's a good reason why you guys always lose your top wrestlers. If you can't afford to pay some people, slim down your roster a little bit so you can afford to pay the superstars what they're under contract to earn, plus what they do outside of Impact Wrestling as well. I think we all know the situation between Cory Grace and Booker T. They kind of don't like each other much, or it's actually more one way. Booker just wants to beat him up. Apparently how the story went on Booker T's podcast, He Had Conversations, is that Cory Grace is the reason that Booker T is no longer on Raw. And now he's been delegated to pre-shows and kickoffs, which is a complete just middle finger. And Booker T also went on and said, if I ever see Cory Grace outside of, you know, work or the airport, I will beat that man until he says, please, please, don't beat me anymore. If he sees him coming out of a coffee shop, he's going to beat him up until he says, please, please, don't beat me anymore. He said something about tattooing him. I think he would actually like that. And he also challenged him to a match at WrestleMania. Not a match, a fight, sucker. At first, a lot of people thought this was real, and it's slowly turning in more of a work because Booker T also invited Cory Grace onto his podcast, where now it all kind of just seems like the only reason that they're really going through this is to give Cory Grace more heat because he actually is a heel commentator. I know everyone loves him. I like him. It puts a lot more buzz on the guy, so it kind of makes him feel a little bit more important. It also promotes Booker T's podcast so more people listen to it, so Booker makes some more of that money because he doesn't like it when people are mean, or he don't like when people are, because he doesn't like it when they get funny with his money or something relating to words that rhyme related to dollar bills, or something about mean with his green, something like that. It related to money is a joke. Also, when WWE brought back Jonathan Coachman, I mean, it was kind of obvious, like, if we have to get rid of any commentator, Booker's probably the guy. I actually enjoy Booker T's commentating. I really like him. I think he's funny. Yes, Booker would technically be the worst. So yeah, it's understandable. It's just how it is. Also, weren't you only supposed to be there temporarily for David Otunga? What happened to that? But the podcast should be out sometime this weekend. Maybe by the time you're watching this, it's been out. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how they interact with each other, how they talk. And I want to hear Booker T say, please, please don't beat me anymore. That's probably like my favorite line of 2017, 2018. And the final thing that I do not have a catchy transition to is the XFL. We all know about the XFL. It flopped a couple of years ago, a while back. Vince McMahon's bringing it back. It's going to be back in 2020. Someone that McMahon actually mentioned that, yo, you could join the XFL if you want to, buddy. Tim Tebow, the guy that made Tebowing a thing, which sounds really weird until you realize it's just a giant dude just praying. Just what's wrong with it? He's a good Christian boy. Tim Tebow hasn't taken a regular season NFL snap since 2012, and he's currently a part of the Mets, which is baseball, part of the minor league training system as an outfielder. But he was interviewed and asked about XFL and asked about Vince McMahon, and he kind of just gave the whole, I'm kind of doing my thing right now, but like maybe we'll do something. I don't know, maybe. His biggest quote was basically talking about how, okay, well, I'm kind of dedicated to baseball right now. The XFL's not even coming back till 2020. Why are we talking about this right now? It would be interesting for Tebow to play for the XFL rather than putting "he hate me" on the back of his jersey, something that could probably work for Tim Tebow, and kind of like the whole message of the XFL, making sure, you know, it stays alive. He prayed for me. Yeah, guys, this video really enjoyed. In the comments down below, what do you think about Emma joining Ring of Honor? What do you think about Rey Mysterio being in New Japan Pro Wrestling? And were you a fan of Tim Tebow when he was in the NFL? I kind of was. I liked him, especially when he was on the Broncos, but didn't win the Super Bowl. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you really enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, always subscribe, and we outie.